You're watching the We Are the Flesh podcast. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you know whenever we drop a new episode. The links to our streaming music services and all of our socials are below. Be sure to follow us everywhere. Let's get the show started.
We are the flesh. Smokies on the block, ain't no time for talk. One day pull out the clock, ain't no time for nothing around the door. Smokies on the block, ain't no time for talk. Make you feeling low. One day pull out the clock, ain't no.
All right, cool. So here we are again. What were you saying? We're going to talk about that right now, or are we going to talk about?
I mean, we can, intro for a sec.
First,
Get everybody all comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're now in the room with Andre Weiss and Crux Crawford. Wow.
Crawford, same shit.
Can't even-
Let's start it out with a couple fan questions, fan comments, whatever. What's it called? Once again, man, we just love it. Everybody's like hitting us up week by week, just saying how they discovered us on Spotify. So really appreciate that. If you don't already follow us on there, be sure to follow us. Oh shit, you know what I got to do? I got to do what I've been doing every week so far, and that's the editions, like the merch editions that have come to our store. They're doing really well, guys. So just if you haven't seen it already, we got the official the We Are the Flesh logo text. This is the shirt. I wore it a couple episodes ago. It's available in red and white text, the official logo. Keep checking those out. Those are doing really well. If you want to see other designs, we've gotten a couple requests so far, so feel free to comment or message us with any kind of merch requests. We're putting together ideas right now for based on what we've gotten the most feedback on. But yeah, obviously we love the logo just because it's simple, and we think it looks pretty cool. Obviously some people do too because they're ordering it. So when you do order our merch, it comes in this nice package, letting you know exactly who you got it from. So We Are the Flesh. It comes to your mailbox or your doorstep, depending on your situation. That's how it's going to come. That's how you know it's from us. So that's another cool little bonus you get, like when you order something, is that it has our little stamp on there. So that's cool. Be sure to check those out. And once again, let us know any other designs you want to see so we can start putting those together like we are. But yeah, so Luther, Samurai Perry on Instagram, shout out, asks, so it's just the two of you. So just asking like if it's just the two of us that make everything.
Just put in like a just the two. Like
Yeah,
put a little
yeah.
clip in. Yep.
Just the two of us. So
Yeah.
I perform all the vocals, and everything.
Because he actually can. as
Vocally,
you
all the
just heard.
samples, everything, all that stuff that you hear. And then, but however, everything is a collaboration. Like, we both like write the music, we both write lyrics, we both write the songs themselves. Everything is all done. Sometimes, Andre Weiss will come up with music 100% and, lyrics, like to a song and be like, hey, I got this idea for a song. It's like, here's the music. Here's the ideas I have for the lyrics. Here's how I thought it should go. What do you think? And then we'll start it. And then sometimes it's 80% done from there. Or sometimes it'll come from the other direction. Sometimes it'll be like,
Man,
hey,
we
dude.
should have talked about that last time. But hey, we're here this time. So
Yeah. What last time? What did we do?
just the guy was like, how did you know it's supposed to work? And it's like, the trade-off is so good in that, like, some tracks are truly built from the ground up. Like I give a piece, he gives a piece, and it comes up. Other times I'll be like, yo, I got this song beginning to end. Or the flip side, I'll be like, yo, I got this idea for a beat. This is how I wanted to go. This is like, I got the whole lyrics written out. And so, you know what? Honestly, it makes me think. I think that it's like creatively fulfilling. You know what I mean? In the sense that there's sometimes I'm like, yo, this is exactly my vision. Can we please do that? And he's like, yeah. And we'll make some tweaks, of course. I don't think we ever will release a song without tweaking it. Like, the other person will always tweak it, but it's just it's interesting to me how it varies. And I've talked to other people about it too. Like, people will ask me, like, I have people that I am related to or people I am friends with that are interested in getting into music, and they're like, what are your tips? Or like, how do I know who to work with?
Yeah.
Or like, this guy wants to produce me, or this guy wants to do my beat, or this guy wants to sing with me. Like, how do I know if they're good? And I'll be like, well, I get pretty fucking creatively fulfilled when sometimes I'm like, yo, this is my vision, let's do it. And then other times I'm the one who takes a step back. And then other times it's just right down the middle. Just
Yeah.
So I think it's about finding someone that you can like vibe with, because if you're like dying to tell stories, and the person you're working with is not gonna ever, open up to your vision, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So sorry, that was kind of, I feel like
No, it's all
that was
good.
a little long-winded.
No, it's all good. Yeah, but
I'm excited.
That's true.
I'm passionate. It's good. I'm
I love
happy.
it. And it'll come from both directions. Or sometimes, like, sometimes you'll have a clear-cut idea, or sometimes I'll have like, hey, this is the idea I had. Like, this is what I think the chorus should be like. This is how I had it. Like, this is the kind of beat I had in mind. Da 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 da. Here are the lyrics, and I'll throw it at you. And then I think the majority of times, like, sometimes we'll have those kind of situations coming from each side. But I think the majority is like, literally, it's kind of like 50-50. Like,
the
hey,
back and
come on
forth.
with music, come on with lyric, come on with this, come on with that, come on with the style, come on with the word, and yeah, so it's just the two of us that put it together, and it's everything. Like, we don't buy beats from other people. We all the production starts, with Andre Weiss 100% organically, and then we develop it together. The songwriting comes from both of us 100% organically, and we all develop it. We just build it from the ground up ourselves. Everything is all done in-house 100%. It's all original content, everything. So, it's just, that's what's cool about it, is we have absolute control over everything. You know what I mean? It's just all us. We don't have to rely on anybody else in terms of like, oh, we got to get this beat from this guy, or we got to get this songwriter come out with this, or we got to get this vocalist to come in and do this part. Like, we just kind of, we layer it all in ourselves, which is cool, because then we can just put out stuff whenever we want and write as much or as little as we want. And, that's like pretty convenient. That's the convenient part about it. So,
a lot different from some of the old days where you got to get everyone to show up for practice.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And here, let me go grab my guitar and lug this over here. And oh shit, I broke a stick. We got to go to Guitar Center.
Oh my God, dude. How many times, dude, seriously, how many times, like, with like, in previous like bands and projects and stuff, you have the whole thing where everybody's there, and then like the one guy is missing something, like, oh, like, I broke my strings. I thought I had a spare pack.
I thought I had a spare pack of strings, but I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, we all made it out here, so.
Yeah, everything is 30 minutes away now, so we got to go stop everything because you broke your string and didn't think about it. Or the stick. I'm out of sticks. And like, oh, yeah, I'm out of this. Or there's something missing, or someone's late, you know what I mean? That's not the bass player. So bass players late, it's like, hey, we'll just whatever. We'll let them join in whenever they show up.
Playing the root notes of the guitar. No,
no, just play it.
Oh, well, yeah.
But yeah, no
like,
offense.
we're kind of kidding.
Just kidding to all the bass players out there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Trust me, it's not that we have no love for them. We're just joking around.
Oh man, but
I think those bass players' trigger fingers are getting itchy.
Yeah. That song's doing crazy though. Still, I mean, it continues to go up. Like a couple weeks ago, it started to top like this hell, and just got some good momentum going. So that's cool to see. And then anything like we talked about last week, guys. Like Trigger Fingers out. Like, let us know what you think about that song. Let us know about feedback on it. It's a little different of vibe, so let us know if you like it. Let us know if you don't like that direction. More songs like that, less songs like that. Just let us know. We're always open to feedback from you guys. And then on that note, the next one that's going to be coming up soon, not tomorrow or this week or anything, but it's coming up soon.
Ooh,
Should we reveal what that's going to be?
Yes.
I'll let you do the honors with that one.
All right. So the track that we have coming out in March, and we've talked about this before, and I'm going to build it up for a sec, so you're just going to have to sit here and wait. In March, there is a Friday the 13th, which fits the vibe of this next song very well for a release date.
Unlike when we dropped the ball this month with fucking Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So this is like the polar opposite of when we screwed up and didn't put out No Love For You on Valentine's Day. There is a Friday the 13th in March for the next track, which is A Sudden Act of Violence.
Sudden Act of Violence.
Yeah, that one is... Okay, so we talked about how No Love For You is aggressive, and then Trigger Finger kind of dials it back. This one kind of dials it back up. This is an aggressive track.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got some interesting... Oh, how did we not talk about this? The samples, man. The sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we many a time have we been, talking to our close friends or peers or whatever, and we're like, hey, what do you think of this track? And they'll be like, it's pretty good, but you should probably clear that sample that you use at the end there. And we're like, that's not a sample.
We got it covered.
Yeah, we're like, that's coming out of the one man like sample bank.
Yeah, so there's going to be, for everybody that's like excited to hear the track or whatever, that's getting ready, like if you're catching this episode before it came out, like there's going to be some cool new samples in this one that we did, or quote unquote samples, like some cool things that we did that I laid down that are setting the mood and the theme for this one, which is actually a theme that you came up with entirely originally as the idea. And then we both started contributing and built it up to like the song that it became when it's about to be released. But like, if you want to talk about that subject matter, since obviously it was your original idea, if you want to talk about where it came from and what it's going to be about subject matter wise, so people get a feel for it when they listen to it and stuff.
So it came together really well, I think. Again, that was one of those. It's like, yeah, sure, I pitched the idea, but then like, that's the whole beauty of it. The whole building on top of it's like, hey, what if we do this and that? And so the idea of the song is, I mean, it's funny. I was talking about this actually not too long ago. I mean, like mental health has kind of come to the forefront of consciousness, unlike ever before. I mean, in the past, it was like, man up. Get it together, or it's like now it's like, okay, well, let's actually have a conversation. And this song it's kind of theatric. That's what, it's funny. That reminds me just like when you sent like me some of the original Purge ideas, like this dramatic kind of creepy intro, and then it builds up. So this is kind of more like that. This isn't like Jay's, for example. Jay's gets right into it. Jay's is like a few seconds of build up and bam, you're in the song. This is more, there's a build up. It's about a guy who basically, we're kind of thinking, more old school, the more traditional, like the nuclear family. You've got the guy who like comes home, works all day, and then picture you get home, you got your wife is nagging at you, you got kids running around screaming, breaking stuff, the dog just pissed on the couch. You're just like, you're going crazy, and so this guy just snaps, right? Just loses it, goes completely crazy. There is a bloodbath. I'm not going to go any deeper into it because I want there to be some anticipation, let the people hear the song. But that's the overarching idea. Just when you kind of when you get pushed too far, and just some people lose it, and that's why we have some really good like murder documentaries. So yeah, it's definitely aggressive. It's got some rapid fire 808s. It's got some rapid fire, spitfire vocal deliveries. I just wanted to, like, the concept is cool because it's like it's kind of retro, right?
Yeah, because for the
retro
past, let's see, like for the past few releases, like they haven't had like super strong, like they've obviously the songs are about certain things and stuff, and they get inspired by whatever, like certain like events, and obviously just like every song does, but like this is the first one in a few releases that fully like told a story. I think the last one that really like had any kind of like super like solid concept behind it, like that's based on like a thing or a story, is probably Shadowlands, right? Because that's the last one that was really based on like a maze. Like that's based on a maze at Knott's Scary Farm, which if you don't live in Southern California or LA or whatever, like it's like a seasonal, like every time of year, like around Halloween time of year, like there's like a scary haunted house kind of thing that Knott's Scary Farm is a theme park, and they put on, it becomes, instead of Knott's Berry Farm, it's Knott's Scary Farm, and they have all these different mazes, and Shadowlands is a maze. It's kind of like a samurai, like a dead zombie, horror samurai kind of themed maze that I always thought was really cool because it had this really dramatic intro, and that's what inspired the Shadowlands song, and that's what the song is named after. So I think ever since then we haven't had one that's like this really like clear like concept, right? It's not like, you know what I mean? This is the first one where, okay, this one isn't based off like a terror maze or something, but like Sudden Act of Violence it tells a story. It's one of those releases of ours that like is based on like this clear concept of a story that happens to this guy that like loses his fucking shit, basically.
Right.
So yeah, it's the first one.
It's more
it's the first one in a while that has like something super concrete like that is what I'm saying.
The last thing that it reminds me of is, again, like I said, the Purge for sure, in that it's got like a bit of a build up, and it's got a bit of like a it takes you a second to kind of get to the song. It's not just like, oh, here's the beat and we're slamming into it. There's nothing wrong with songs like that, but it's just, it's nice to be going into kind of a storytelling mode You know what I mean? And to go through the samples and the parts, and yeah, I think we're both really excited.
Yeah,
for that one.
That one's definitely going to be cool. So, and yeah, like we were talking about before, like in previous episodes and stuff, because we got more feedback on it. Like, just keep letting us know where you guys want us to play live, because we do get hit up about that, and it's been asked enough times to the point where we wanted to bring it up in the episodes. Like, it's absolutely part of the plan. It's something that we do want to do, for sure. It's just got to make sense. So hit us up, let us know when and where you want us to be at, what part of the country you're in, what country you're in, etc. And we'll like try to do the best we can to make that what.
We've been talking about it because we keep getting asked to play live, and I'm wondering. I was like, I wonder if there's a website where instead of asking you to play live, they can like ask you to stay the fuck away. Like it's like Moms Against We Are the Flesh.
Right.
They're like, these guys have violent themes, talking about killing families and doing drugs and doing all kinds of stuff. We don't want this around our kids. I'm just like you go on the website, you have like this super conservative town, like in, I don't know, like Utah or something, and they're like, don't come to our town, you're gonna corrupt our youth. We're like, all right, geez, man, fine. We'll stay away. Moms Against We Are the Flesh. They are going to protest Flesh Fest once that comes out.
Yeah, brought to you by the same people that brought you the Fire Festival. But yeah, let us know about that, guys. Just anywhere you want us. Like, we appreciate. We've been getting some comments and some feedback and some messages on that. So we're just compiling everything together. So everything that we ask you to engage with us with, just keep doing that. We're taking it all into consideration, and as stuff builds up and we get more and more results, we'll give you guys feedback in future episodes on what's going on. And then like just keep the questions and comments coming, like for stuff you want us to cover in future episodes. We appreciate what we've gotten so far. We're putting our list together so we can constantly answer stuff to the best of our ability. But yeah, so we covered that. Hopefully next week or in episodes soon. He's been super busy just doing stuff with his own company and everything he's got going on. But hopefully Tyler will come back and finally make an appearance so you guys can finally settle the score of who's missing episodes and who's missing recordings of episodes and stuff. Because he was giving you a lot of shit for missing that one episode.
How
but
much shit
now he's way
I
behind you
I
now.
went easy on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want in my shit giving. I'm just been like, hey man, kind of miss Tyler. Man, Tyler's like, what's Andre doing? It's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
No love for you, huh? Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, it was crazy getting over here today, too, man. Because like we were talking about before, like, there's a farmer's market and there's this going on. Man. It's like, dude, Waze does not account for that all the time.
It can't be normal. You know what I mean? Like when I see him, like I'll see like a train broken down and like the whole street's closed up. I'm like, that train didn't like have a part go bad. You know what I mean? Like somebody stabbed someone, or like a homeless guy was sleeping on the like something happened.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, it's not just that we had a malfunction. No, that's not what happened. Like stuff just happens. It's weird out here. It's super weird.
Yeah, for sure. And then once again, we didn't we'll be sure to include the troll comment part of our episodes in the future as soon as we get some in. We're just like kind of slacking on that, so we'll see what's up as we get them in. And we still need to get the we've just been busy, man, because we're just coming out with new songs and just like writing new stuff and working on mixes and stuff like that. So we haven't had a chance to do the TikTok shit yet, which we will. And we need to.
Everyone out there needs to do the TikTok.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do it.
Get on that too. Beat us too, because obviously, as you can see, we're slackers and we're still even more behind than we already were before. So, if you want to beat us to the punch and make some of those videos. Got a few. What was it again? There was like This Hell. I could look it up, but who cares? Like I could look at it. Like well, whatever. You can check it out.
Ones.
Like it's like ones. This Hell, Goon, Shadowlands, like whatever. There's a few of them on there that you can choose from if you want to make some cool TikTok videos. If you do make them, send them to us so we can post them, because we definitely want to show that off. We don't want it to go under the table or go to the wayside or whatever, or go unseen. So let us hit us up with those for sure.
Hit us up, and then also if you this is so ADD. If you happen to watch the TV show The Purge, write USA a letter so that they can get us a license to use it in the third season.
Yeah, for sure. Because
that would be awesome.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because we always talk about that, because that TV show has been out for a little while now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
dude,
dude,
I like that show.
dude, this song like has a lot of momentum behind it. It's one of our most popular songs. Like, it would be perfect for that show.
Yeah.
Like, so if anybody wants to hit them up or like, you know, hit them up on their socials or reach out or whatever, let them know. Like, if you're a fan of ours and you want to see that song appear on there, because it's such a perfect fit for their show, for obvious reasons, like, hit them up and like let them know, like, hey, like, you know, this, you know, if there's demand for it. You know, and you know, because we'd love to be featured. Because I'm glad you brought that up, dude. Yeah, because that's such a fit.
Someone start the group of moms against USA not using "We Are the Flesh's" song, "The Purge." Okay, that's another group that needs to be started, and we will invite you to Flesh Fest, and then get us on the TV show. And USA, if you see this, like, if this could be one of those like miracle moments, you know, like when like shoot a tweet out, like you like tweet a celebrity, and they're like, you know what, come to my yacht, and you're like, what? And then like he ends up doing this crazy thing. It probably doesn't happen very often or ever. But if someone sees this and they're like, yo, we could actually use a song called "The Purge" on the show called "The Purge." You know, there's a cool. Yeah. So it's been said. Probably.
No, I'm glad you brought it up though, because that is a really good idea. Like,
that would be exciting.
We've been saying that to each other for a while.
They must be talking. I mean, you know, I'm sure. Where is season 3? Is it in production yet?
I don't know. Look it up.
Dude, USA's got some sweet-ass shows.
What else do they have?
Oh, dude.
I didn't know. I'm so unplugged from network
Mr.
television.
Mr. Robot, I thought was amazing. What else do they have? I don't know. The Sinner.
Oh, is that stuff. Good?
So, yeah, USA, actually, you feel free to put our songs in all of these shows.
But The Purge is probably the best fit.
Yeah, we'll give you, like, a bulk discount.
Like, so you watch all those. See, dude, because let me ask you this. So do you just happen to have cable where you stay at right now, or what? Because I cut the cord so long ago, man.
Yeah, I got cable. I spend more than I should on cable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so out of touch with network television because like I'm just all about Netflix, Amazon Prime.
I mean, what am I gonna do when I have a spare time? Like watch a podcast? No, I'm gonna go pay the. Who does that? No, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I spend way too much money on cable, and I should probably cut the cord too.
Yeah, dude. Because like I'm just saying, man. I don't even know. I'm just so like it's just Netflix. The one thing I do, and that's cool now that a lot of networks are getting hip to, not now, but like they have for a couple of years, is like HBO, for example. There's so many cool shows I love to watch on HBO. Like the new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm just came out, like the first episode. Like I pay to just watch HBO stuff because like even though I did cut the cord and I just have Amazon Prime, like I still want to see all this show because there's so many documentaries and TV shows on HBO that I love.
All the networks have that one like mega show. Like there's HBO, people were Game of Thrones. I mean, I'd personally sign up for HBO for Westworld. You should listen to that song too. But you know, HBO's got Game of Thrones, Disney. I heard that a lot of people dipped out of Disney Plus after The Mandalorian ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah. Is it over forever? I don't have Disney Plus. I don't know.
Just the first season was over.
Oh, so people were like, "I'll wait till."
They're gonna come out with like an Obi-Wan Kenobi show and all this stuff. I would hang on to the Plus. But.
So that's what I feel like it's gonna be, or I think eventually. Maybe there's going to be like, because all the networks right now are kind of like on their own. Like HBO has their own thing that exists within Amazon, or I think if you have HBO Go related to
HBO
to
Go,
Apple TV.
HBO Now,
yeah. But like I just do it through Prime just because I don't have Apple TV. I just do like Netflix and like then I have Prime and then I have Hulu. But like I know I think there's probably like smarter ways to do it. I think that you can like bundle it together. But I think eventually what I was going to say is all the channels that have them, maybe it'll just be like the same thing as like cable TV, but just as like it's packages.
It's like
no commercials.
It shifts over. It's like, oh, we're not like cable, and like bit by bit it becomes the
it just becomes like a different format, like just a commercial free subscription like cable or something. Like it's just interesting, man. It's such a time that we're in where things just evolving and changing like that. You know, like we're going to look back on this period in time, I feel 10, 20 years ago, like with like, this is when everything just completely shifted, like in terms of like content and everything, you know?
Well, everything's different. You know, I was actually having a conversation not long ago that was just, in addition to that, just to kind of build on it, like it's interesting how like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like you want to go and record an album. Again, like the drum, grab your drumsticks, get your drum heads, tune your thing, get your guitar ready, grab your amp, go down there, get the mic, set them up. I mean, just the process describing it to me is like exhausting, much less actually doing it. And so it's just interesting how now you can everyone has a platform, everyone has a voice. Like there's no prohibition. You can download like Audacity and like free sample packs, and you can be a musician. Doesn't matter who you are. You can literally be broke, and if you have like the crappiest computer, you can technically go and make music on there and record stuff.
Yeah,
and it's interesting.
People come up with some amazing stuff.
Yeah. And it's interesting how now it's like you don't if you're like a YouTuber or whatever, if you have some kind of influence or you have some kind of talent, if you are a good orator or just you're talented or knowledgeable or entertaining, you can speak directly to people. You don't have to get like that major network deal. I just think that's interesting. That was just a recent conversation.
No, for sure it is. For sure. So, and that's kind of like, once again, like, you know, tying into what we do, like putting out one song a month, like, you know, just constantly, like in a subscription style. That's one of the many reasons why, like, we want to do that and why we're continuing to have that kind of be our model, like with what we do. Is just because, dude, it's like it's just constantly fresh, new stuff, you know, changing the way. It's not like
we
you
are
said.
The fresh.
Yeah, exactly. God. So like, you know, just constantly putting out fresh stuff, you know what I mean? So that's another reason why what we do is really cool. So we got anything else? Is that it for this week?
I think that's it for this week. Keep streaming what's out. Keep give us more love for No Love For You. Let us know what you think of Triggerfinger. It's kind of a different one. And then Get Pumped. I think how many more episodes do we have?
Couple weeks
before we got
Sudden Act, because that's gonna be Friday the 13th, right?
Really excited for that one. So we have a lot of
couple weeks.
Yeah. So give us feedback. I think a really big one that we can't emphasize enough is message us. If it's embarrassing, if it's weird, if you don't want to comment, message us. Tell us what you want to hear. Us talk about, or any questions that you may have, and we'd love to cover it and bring it up. It can be the most random stuff. I mean, you hear some of the stuff we talked about. We've talked about like going to Del Taco and stuff. We talked about hot dog grease. So like, it doesn't have to be this super well thought out collection of questions. Just what's on your mind. If you're interested, let us know.
Cool.
And if you're not interested, then just tell us that we're not interesting, and maybe we'll talk about that.
Yep, and we'll answer anything you guys want to know in future episodes. So, cool. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Nothing gets bigger.